Hi, and welcome to New Year, New Voice 2025, day 20. As you may have heard from yesterday, I am sick again. This is crazy because now I've been sick all of January, starting in December. So Happy New Year to me. Anyways, I thought I would make a video because I don't think I'm the only one who's sick. I have a funny feeling that there's lots of people out here that are sick. So how do you know if you should sing versus if you shouldn't? What you can do if you're recovering, and just some general considerations about vocal health during this time, because I think it's important. First of all, I would like to say if you are sick and you're in any way compromised, and there is a little bit of, I guess, intuition that is involved in this because you know yourself best. But unless a gig is so important that it's just, you need to take it. But I would also consider the importance of the gig if you're going to accept or cancel if you're sick. Essentially, what you want to be certain of is that you're not compromising yourself for the future. So you don't want to push yourself beyond what is necessary. And I realize some of you who may be on the fence and you may think, well, I can kind of get through this. I need to make the money, so I'll do it. If it's not something that's really, really high profile, but you need to do, for financial reasons, I think that's totally understandable. But I would caution you also that the vocal cords are very delicate and you do want to be very careful when you are making that decision, because pushing yourself too far can cause some problems, right? And it's not just as in like you're gonna have a hemorrhage or something like that. It can be as simple as it just takes longer to heal because there's trauma to the vocal cords. And a lot of times this happens because a postnasal drip falls on our cords and makes them swell. That's usually the most common reason. Sometimes you can get a virus. It does swell the whole larynx and, causes the vocal cords not to come together like they normally do. So in those cases, it is best just to be quiet, just as little talking as possible, as little vocal use as possible. But if you can pretty much, make a decent sound, but you're still little bit under the weather, I think it's important to rely on your technique, rely on the sensations that you've cultivated, and also know that probably your inner ear is going to be a little compromised because there's probably going to be water that's pushing and you're not going to hear yourself as well. So when you hear the sounds are different, don't assume that everything's lost. Record yourself, check what it actually sounds like, because that's often a common problem, is that your vocal cords are working fine, but you're a little bit congested. So there's an inner ear problem and people think, oh my gosh, my cords are swollen, even though you have access to your full range. But that can be a danger because we do end up pushing in that case. So if you can sort of know yourself in all of these circumstances, know yourself when you're healthy, know yourself when you're sick, so that you can start to develop a relationship with your voice. Now, if your vocal cords are generally fine, but you've been sick for a while and it's taking a while to recover. This was actually me the first time I got sick. It took me a very long time to recover because I developed a sinus infection, was dripping on my cords, swelled them, right? And as that came down, it took a while for them to sort of recover because they were stiff from lack of use. And it was about 3 weeks of like no phonation. So in that case, it is important to exercise the vocal cords. A lot of SOVTs, bubbling in the water with a straw is very helpful. Doing hand over mouth vocalization is also very helpful. Buzzing, things like that. Things that can help get the vocal cords a little bit more flexible without adding too much pressure. That's gonna help you start to recover slowly. And don't be disheartened if after you've been sick for a while, even though your voice is like functioning, you still feel like it's not back to normal. It takes some time. Be patient, exercise every day lightly. I wouldn't go to singing rep before you feel like you've got your instrument back with your exercises. So if you have a good relationship with your voice, you're in the practice room every day. And this is why I recommend doing the same exercises every day, because I think when you do the same exercises every day, then you can tell what day is a little bit different. And then you'll know, oh, okay, you start to develop a relationship with your voice based on those set exercises. So it can be very helpful when you're sick or under the weather. Anyways, I hope you all are feeling better, and I hope I get better soon so I can do some demonstrating. But if not, we'll make use of this time anyhow. New year, new voice. It's not going to be new year, no voice anymore. See you later.